मार डालेगी उसे। इतनी आसानी से नहीं।
What is gaslighting? Google defines it as manipulating someone by psychological means into doubting their own sanity. It can be the act of making someone question their legitimate fears or to make them feel like they are responsible for what is happening to them. Gaslighting is often used in the context of men manipulating women in relationships and otherwise. A relationship purely based on unhealthy levels of manipulation can actually turn a potential love story into a horror or a thriller, as we see in The Invisible Man and the iconic Ek Hasina Thi. The two films follow Cecilia and Sarika. While Cecilia is a nervous, scared woman tormented by her boyfriend Adrian, Sarika is an independent woman who seems to constantly be under threat from the world around her. What both these women have in common is that they see the threat very clearly.
I asked you not to come over. He knows where you live. He will follow you.
सॉरी, मैं अजनबियों के साथ लंच नहीं करती सर।
But neither of them comprehend the sheer level of the threat. The threat in this situation are Karan and Adrian. In both these cases, we can sense the threat, but it is unclear to us, even as the audience, if the threat is real. In Adrian's case, we see very clearly in the beginning that Cecilia has been tied down with insane levels of surveillance, and we even get a look at Adrian's violent tendencies. And yet, when Adrian returns to haunt Cecilia after his staged death in an invisibility suit, for a while it makes me question if all that is happening is in Cecilia's head, and if she is in fact doing all this to herself.
This is what he does. He makes me feel like I'm the crazy one.
In Sarika's case, Karan seems a bit overbearing right from the start, insisting on going out with her even after several refusals. He even displays some glaring red flags, making the threat quite apparent.
Actually, मैं आपको kiss करना चाहता हूँ.
And yet the viewer isn't sure if he is in fact just being insistent or if he's really a threat. At this point, we have truly become, along with the gaslit women in the films, a gaslit audience. The reason we find it hard to believe in the threat is different in both cases. In Cecilia's case, it's because we have mostly just heard about the threat firsthand from Cecilia.
If he didn't like what he assumed I was thinking, he would.
He what? He would hit you?
Amongst other things.
Even though the invisible Adrian is represented by eerie camera movements that seems to follow nothing in particular, this only makes us question our own sanity more. As for Karan, even with his overbearing ways, he proves himself to be a gallant hero in certain situations, making us wonder if he's after all a good guy, especially since the Hindi film watching audience is so used to believing that the one who saves the heroine is always the hero. This is why, when he casually jokes about how he actually achieved these feats, we laugh it off like he expects.
Oh, वो तो किराए के गुंडे थे. सामने बियर बार में काम करते हैं.
What?
Oh, come on, सारिका.
तुम्हारी प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
प्रॉब्लम मेरी नहीं है, तुम्हारी है. तुम्हें पता नहीं क्या सच है और क्या झूठ.
When Sarika refuses to accept his suspiciously expensive gifts, he gaslights her to make her believe that it's wrong on her part to refuse.
मैं एक गिफ्ट लेकर आया था तुम्हारे लिए. शायद मुझे एक पेन या कोई फूल लेकर आने चाहिए थे. तो तुम इसे घर ले जाती या अलमारी में रखती या नोटबुक में रखती. You know, like a memento, so cute, so sweet. लेकिन एक नेकलेस ले दिया. You can't accept it.
This is how Karan gains financial control over Sarika, just as Adrian gains control over Cecilia by including her in his will. Adrian and Karan's web of lies lead Cecilia and Sarika into an asylum and prison, respectively. Having lost everything at this point, Sarika and Cecilia become unhinged. Cecilia is unafraid to hurt herself, while Sarika becomes like the brutish women she once feared. Sarika even overcomes her fear of rats, something that Karan laughed about once. The women eventually find a way out and plot their revenge, but to see how their plans come full circle, we must look at the dinner scenes in both films side by side. In The Invisible Man, the dinner scene is the climax of the film, while in Ek Hasina Thi, the scene happens in the early stages of the film. Both these dinner scenes are about the truth hidden behind a string of lies. In Ek Hasina Thi, the scene begins with this line.
एक तो जब तुम झूठ बोलते हो ना, मैं यूं समझ जाती हूँ.
The Invisible Man scene begins with Cecilia saying this.
I don't feel amazing. It's all a lie.
In Ek Hasina Thi, Karan immediately introduces a game in which they will each ask the other questions and answer in lies. In Invisible Man, Cecilia demands that Adrian begin with the truth. What's interesting is that in the lying game, Karan starts answering truthfully and actually reveals who he is.
तुम स्टॉक मार्केट में काम करते हो?
नहीं, मैं गैंगस्टर हूँ.
While in The Invisible Man, Adrian refuses to speak the truth.
It wasn't me. I swear it.
Why can't you just tell me the truth?
I am.
The first time Karan actually lies is when Sarika asks this question.
तुम्हारी बहुत सारी गर्लफ्रेंड्स हैं?
सारिका, तुम पहली लड़की हो जिससे मुझे प्यार हुआ है.
And Sarika believes him. Now, as Cecilia seems to break down, Adrian speaks to her cryptically, going back to his catchphrase throughout the film.
Surprise. That shouldn't come as a surprise.
Cecilia and Adrian share a look now as he has told her the truth in his own way. Cecilia smiles. Karan's intentions only become clear to Sarika much later in the film, while Cecilia's revenge comes instantly. Both women use the tool that the men used against them throughout the film, deceit. Cecilia kills Adrian the way he killed her sister Emily and got her blamed for it. Sarika leads Karan into a stone cave, just like the jail cell he sent her to. The rats that once scared Sarika, making Karan laugh, that Sarika conquered in her jail cell, now become Karan's doom. Both underestimated women get exactly what they want by doing what the men thought they could never do. And that is treat those men exactly how they were treated. And that's why somewhere The Invisible Man and Ek Hasina Thi aren't just about two women getting what they want. They're also about what happens when you underestimate a gaslit woman. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a very long time, so anyone who's still here, thank you so much for staying. Let me know what you thought of this video that I've made after such a long time. I've been busy with a bunch of things, but I'm back now. So if you like this video, please like this video, share this, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I will see you next time. Bye.